This is Talk 640 WFNC. On the screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, it says Jeff Thomson, no P.
Believe it or not, no P.
It should say blooming idiot.
It should.
And you know, Jeff, when I do this with you, I'm so reluctant to call you the blooming idiot.
I get it all day long. Don't worry. Don't
you
be
even,
shy.
You even have it on your desk now, I think.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
a name tag or something like that?
Oh, yeah. My garden goddesses got me that for Christmas.
Yeah.
So everybody knew it's official.
It is official.
That's
well,
right.
we appreciate you coming in. Jeff is the manager over at Bell Seed Store. Been down there. How long has that store been there?
Since 1919, 107 years, I believe it is. A
Jeez.
long darn time.
Well, and you do good work in the community because the thing I like about it is the fact that if you walk in there, somebody can talk to you about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to walking some other places and people walking around.
We can tell you the deal. We can tell you the real deal. And, you know, I always try to pass on, even when you and I are talking, I try to pass on the horticultural reasoning behind what you're doing because I want you to know that there's a reason I'm suggesting this. You know, it's not just, stuff I'm trying to pass on.
Well, you know, Kenny and I were talking about all the different kind of things here.
No, we ain't talking about Kenny this
morning.
We're
going to get to Kenny in a second. We
ain't going to get to Kenny because he came and bought all these tomato plants and he ain't got them all planted. I mean, the man's got to put the stuff in the ground.
Come on.
Got to get on the ball, Kenny.
All right.
Kenny, I've got you up on screen here. What's going on here?
Well, as you know, I've been talking about doing this thing on the patio for about a month. So the paint goes on. Today, and the tomatoes go in tomorrow.
Okay.
But
I want pictures. I want proof.
I will send you proof. And what's amazing is Jeff taught me how to do this. He showed me the way to do it with containers. And Gilbert, as you know, I talk about, I was up in West Virginia on the farm, yeehaw, and we had a tractor and everything.
Yeah.
With the corn. And, you know, I had a pretty big garden if you think of it in a relative size. And so this is the first time that I haven't been able to do an above ground, and that's because I have so much shade tree in the back, a lot of big oaks and the acorns or whatever they are. And so, Jeff, I went to Bell Seed, had a wonderful time. I had no idea, and I've never been in a store like that. I've been to a lot of gardening stores, but anyway, I won't do a commercial.
No place like home,
man. I don't want to do a commercial for y'all, but he told me everything that I need to grow these amazing tomato plants. They set me up with one that's already established. It's already blooming. The blooming idiot gave me a blooming tomato plant.
There you go.
And then he showed me the big 10-gallon
nursery
round
pots.
What are they called?
Nursery pots.
There you go. I should have known.
If you buy a tree or a shrub, that's the same pots that they come in.
So it's inexpensive, and you can plant these any place you want to.
Oh, yeah, and that's gotten huge over the last several years because especially with smaller lots, if you have a smaller lot and not a lot of room to put a garden, I mean, you can put several containers in several different places and grow your stuff. You're much better able to control your growing conditions. You've got good soil that you're putting in there, so it's not just taking a chance on what's already in the ground. So it's just it's a great alternative if you have small spaces especially, and if you want to control your environment a little bit better. Container gardens, the heat.
I still have Kenny up here because Kenny, before I start talking about lawn stuff like I'm going to, this is the time of the year that people should be doing certain things if they have a garden. This is the temperature's trying to change, but it hasn't changed. What should folks be doing garden-wise?
Well, everybody gripes at me because I love to talk about the weather too much, but, you know, the weather is dictating a lot of what's going on right now. I've got people who have planted tomatoes, and they're coming in complaining about yellow leaves and squash and cucumbers, same things. But it's all this temperature swings. When you have nights that are in the 40s regularly, especially with wind like we've had throughout March and April, it's difficult to get plants to look good because they're waiting for that warm weather. They're like you. They want to wear nothing but a tropical shirt and no jackets, no sleeves, nothing. And so until we get the weather stabilized, you're not going to see, you know, huge growth and huge green up. And your grass is the same way. Everybody's coming in with, you know, showing me pictures of either dead spots or weak spots. And a lot of that is just weather related because centipede and Bermuda love hot weather. And
now we can continue with the show here. Now that
He's
I've
got his
donned
hat
my
on.
fedora.
He's got his expert hat
Right,
on
and
now.
we appreciate the fact that you come in here with a Hawaiian shirt. You got the memo.
There you go. I
You know,
did.
Doug
It's a
Hughes going to
Friday.
come in here. He probably has the memo.
It's a Friday.
But like Doug, I need a little more color in your shirt there.
Oh,
You know,
man.
it's okay. But Kenny and I will have to take care of. We should have a rack out there.
I don't know that I want to be putting on secondhand shirts.
No, they'll be new.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they'll be new. And it'd be ironed with a crease down the side.
Ooh, there you go.
All right, well, look, we're going to take a pause here in just a second, but this is a neat time of the year, and you're talking about it. You're talking about the cold temperatures and everything, but more importantly, it's been a drought.
Been a severe drought. I was out there, what was it, Wednesday? It was raining a little bit, and I was out there getting soaked. I didn't care. I said, I've been praying for this for way too long to run inside and get out of it. So that rain was nice. I could stand a lot more. Hopefully we're going to get some tomorrow.
I always make this joke about, farmers say, hey, it's too hot. Or it's too cold.
Oh, yeah.
That's too wet for the tobacco. I can't be in a store. It's too dry.
There's always something.
That's right, because the tobacco guys, they like that nice heat, dry weather for those tobacco plants, I guess, in August and everything.
And, of course, everybody complains about their weather because their weather seems to be unique. But we have just a weird set of circumstances in the Piedmont area because you combine all of our sandy soils with a lack of rain and intense heat and intense humidity. That's not great growing conditions. So, you can't just go out there and throw something in the ground and expect it to produce and do well. You've got to pay attention to it. You've got to fertilize it. You've got to feed it. You've got to take care of it. You got to weed it. There is work to be done. It kills me when somebody will say, well, here's a picture of my neighbor's house. You see how nice that looks? That's how I want it to look. I said, okay, well, how often is he out in his yard? Oh, well, every day. Okay, well, that's the deal. You got to pay attention to it every day.
Well, and I think the point that we drive home, when you come in on the first of the month, that's a good time to say, okay, let's reset. What are we doing now? What should we be doing now? Should we be aerating? Should we be thatching? What should people be doing?
Aeration shouldn't be done until you get in the middle of the summer, because part of the reason you're aerating is to literally cut roots, because you cut roots in your grass, you're going to produce more roots. But if you do that now, the grass isn't 100% green. They're struggling. Those roots are struggling to wake up and take up enough energy to do what they need to do. So you go in there and abuse them and cut them. Now you may lose more roots than you actually produce. So you need to wait until you get on into June, July, when we've got steady hot weather. That's the best time to aerate.
And, Jeff, it's coming. I mean, it's no doubt it's going to get warm down here in the Sandhills, and there's a temperature difference of 2 or 3 degrees between down here in the Sandhills in comparison up in Wake County.
Yeah,
and
Raleigh's average 3 degrees cooler than we are on a regular basis, and that makes a big difference.
Sure it does. All right, look, if you're just joining us, Jeff Thomson is with Bell Seed. No, he's not only with Bell Seed, he is Bell Seed. You're the manager.
That's my middle name.
Yeah, you're the blooming idiot. And self-proclaimed,
there you go.
Because I tell Kenny, I said, Kenny, I can't call this guy the blooming idiot. He's a smart guy. And Kenny says, no, he's not. and then Trevor says,
he's a regular idiot.
And then Trevor says, he's right. So, but we want you to stick around here. We're going to talk a little bit more in just a few seconds. Right now, though, we've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Show us right.
Today will be mostly cloudy with a few spotty showers and a high of 71. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with more showers arriving late and a low down of 53. Saturday will be cloudy and rainy with a high of 60, while Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 70. We expect more than a half inch of rain on Saturday before the sun returns on Sunday. Temperatures will also gradually climb back into the 80s with another round of rain by midweek. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
All right, thank you, Rachel. Yeah, I know you do. And, and Kenny, the temperature again is dropping, and you said Greg Fisher did something, because I asked him, why does the temperature go down when the sun comes up? And he explained that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did. He put it on his website. Yes, sir.
All right, well, look, right now we've got the 57. We started at 59, 58, now 57. Sun comes up, temperature goes down, and Greg Fisher explained it. 57 across the board in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also at Fort Bragg. You're listening to News Talk 640. We're WFNC.
Proud to be your hometown news and information source for 4 decades. News Talk 640 WFNC in high def at 103.5 HD2.
Ritchie Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
The Carolina golf cart is on sale now. It's a Cinderella story. 5 of the area's best golf courses with golf cart.
It's in the hole.
For only $99, Baywood Golf Club, Fairmont Golf Course, Gates 4 Golf and Country Club, Kings Grant Golf and Country Club, Lane Free Golf Course, a round of golf at each course, golf cart included. And we're going to go back to the course. Ooh, he shanked that one.
I want my Carolina golf card.
Whether you're a golfer or looking to get a great gift for a friend or a loved one, the Carolina Golf Card is the perfect way to explore 5 of the area's best courses. Your card includes a round of golf at each course with cart. The Carolina Golf Card with golf cart, sponsored by DW Auto Dealers, Inc.
The Carolina Golf Cart is the WFNC Sweet Deal of the Week. Log on now to WFNC640AM.com, click on the Sweet Deals logo, and get your Carolina Golf Cart while they last. Just $99. It is the WFNC Sweet Deal of the Week.
We are family, and it's time to reunite.
The As One Prayer Walk is Saturday, May 16th.
Join us at 9 a.m. at Festival Park, where people of all ages, ethnicities, religious denominations, and backgrounds will gather with one purpose.
To unite in prayer as one massive body and proclaim the greatness of our God.
To join the As One Prayer Walk or get more information on the week's activities, visit asOnePrayerWalk.org.
The As One Prayer Walk, Saturday, May 16th at Festival Park. Plan now to join us. AsOnePrayerWalk.org.
From the beginning, they were applauded. Celebrate the music of Chicago. May 21st, Crown Theater. Chicago. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with your host, Rick Hughes, every Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. right here on WFNC 640 a.m. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday at 7:30 a.m. for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes, heard here on WFNC 640 a.m. every Sunday at 7:30.
Looking for heavy equipment but don't know where to buy? Purple Wave Auction has you covered. Always online and always no reserve. It's your destination for construction or ag equipment ready to work. We even sell semis, trailers, and fleet equipment for your operation. Best part? It's free to join. Head to purplewave.com. That's purplewave.com. Sign up for a free account and start bidding today. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC News Talk 640 AM and now on 103.5 HD2 WFNC.
I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made it so clear. I keep forgetting.
Oh my!
You know, tell you what, if you're just joining us now, God forbid.
Sorry, that had to be the first thing you heard.
We have Michael McDonald here with us live in the studio. Michael, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm just wonderful, Mr. Bays.
That's right. Yeah, you did a nice show with Tony Braxton. That must have been.
I do my best.
No, this is not. This is Jeff Thomson, the doggone blooming idiot.
The doggone blooming idiot.
Yeah, from and look, and the reason I say that is because our Crackerjack producer in the other room there in Studio 2 decided to do a little research while you and I were having a very serious conversation about Centipede, and You Googled blooming idiot.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Well, the thing is, Gilbert, you had such a problem saying blooming idiot. You didn't want to insult the man.
No.
So I understand that, but and honest, it's an insult. It says here that in the 18th century, a bloody idiot was considered highly offensive. If you said you're a bloody idiot, that was offensive.
That could be me too.
Okay. But he's the blooming idiot.
So blooming idiot was adapted phonetically similar to respect as a respectable substitute, but still it means an utter, complete, or total idiot.
Well, there you go.
But you Googled his name. You Googled blooming idiot, and what came up?
You can do it either way, but if you Google bloomin' idiot, that'll give the definition. But if you Google bloomin' idiot Fayetteville, it comes up with Jeff Thomson everywhere.
No, you're kidding me.
Look,
everywhere.
Wait, I'm gonna page down right there.
Right. There it is.
Yeah, Bloomin' Idiot, Fayetteville, Jeff Thomson, horticulture specialist.
And how can you argue with the World Wide Web?
That's right.
Hey.
There's a few times when I've argued with it.
Well, whatever you do, don't Google my name. Gosh.
AI says he's absolutely right about everything. That's what it says right
There
here.
you go.
No, does it really? You're kidding me.
Okay, I'm making that up.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
my
right.
Wikipedia edit. He knows
All right,
everything.
well, look, if you're
look
just
at
joining
this.
us. It's 7:26 right now, and Jeff Thomson comes in here first of the month to let us know what's going on. Kenny, you got another point you want to make?
Yeah, just real quickly, I see here lawn and gardening, blah, blah, educational seminars. You do events, also garden walks and talks. I was there. You got a lot of place to walk.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, the expert advice. So
There
that's
you
all I
go.
got to say. There's your commercial.
Your reputation is everything, and if we don't give out the right information, the right advice, we have nothing. So
Well-
that's what we're there for.
Well, Kenny, you and I might as well go home.
No, well, don't do that. Okay, can I put in one shameless plug here?
Please, I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
For years and years, everybody has been asking for climbing roses, and climbing roses have been so hard to find. I finally got to hook up with the Star Roses people and my primary grower, potted them up, rooted them in. I've got 10 different varieties of climbing roses on hand right now.
Now, what's the difference
Beautiful.
between that and a bush rose, I guess?
Well, like your knockout rose is a bush rose. It came out and they claimed that it was disease-free, carefree, plant it and go, and that's just a bald-faced lie because it gets the black spot like roses normally do. It has all the problems that roses have, and there's even a virus specific to them that's come in and causing problems.
Well,
but
Jeff,
your
tell me-
climbing roses, will create branches that'll run 6, 10, 12 feet, and so people love putting them on arbors, on trellises, on fence lines. I've got a couple of them planted on a trellis right outside my side door. They're loaded down with blooms. They bloom all summer long. A lot of them are fragrant, but I finally got a hookup on good climbing roses. So, Mother's Day is coming. Mama always loves roses.
She loves some family.
I'm just saying.
When I fix up roses, you got to dethorn them because I remember Melba Moore came here. Melba was a singer, a national singer, R&B singer. She came here, and I was program director at D103 FM. We decided we're going to give her some roses.
Yeah.
No one cut the thorns off the things, and
That was a bad move.
we handed it to her, and she got them, and she started doing like that. I was wondering what's going
wincing.
on. She was being stuck by the thorns.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do I know? I'm not
Every rose has
I'm not
its
a
thorn.
blooming idiot. You're the blooming idiot. You know what you have to do.
There you go.
All right.
But let's go back to grass.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whenever we've talked about fertilizer, I've always said you got to wait until your grass is 70 to 80% green. The analogy I always use is how much do you eat while you're asleep? You don't do that. You're asleep. Your grass is asleep. It's trying to wake up. We are getting there. We are just about at the threshold where I'd say go for it. A lot of people think if I fertilize early, it's going to green up early. That ain't the case. Mother Nature is going to control when it greens up, how it greens up, how well it greens up. And with the winter that we had, you're going to get some areas that are not green. I mean, you're going to get some bald spots. You're going to get some dead spots. That's just the nature of centipede, especially in a severe winter like we've had.
And here's the thing about centipede. Centipede is not going to be a green grass. It's more of a yellowish green, and people don't understand that.
Yeah.
You try to put down iron to turn it green.
Yeah.
And I mean, that'll help.
Yes,
But-
and iron is what you want to do. You don't want to put high nitrogen fertilizers on your centipede, but that iron will green it up and probably even a little darker green than it normally is, but that's okay as long as you're doing it with iron and not with nitrogen.
Can you put too much iron down?
Oh, yeah, you can put too much anything down. I mean, I'm an idiot. You can be an idiot, too. If you just go out there dumping it on there, then all bets are off.
Well, I just put...
And vegetables, we've been blowing through vegetables. I've still got plenty of tomatoes and peppers. The cucumbers and squash, they hate cool nights. And so you get a little bit of breeze on a cool night, and all of a sudden you go out the next morning, they're flopped over and they look pitiful. Now, typically you can water them. We get a little warmer. They perk right back up. But you do that, 10 or 12 times. That's like beating you in the head for 10 or 12 days in a row. Eventually you're going to come down with a concussion. It's kind of the same thing with your vegetables. Once they go through that cycle so many times, it really weakens them.
Well, the thing is, I was telling Kenny, if I had to do all over again, I would put zoysia down as my lawn. I mean, I've had it.
Yep.
It is a tough grass.
Oh, yeah.
You take centipede, for example. If you got some kids playing stickball or whatever, there's going to be a ball spot.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a vine.
There will be a path between the bases.
Sure. I mean, it's a vine-growing grass, and it grows, I think, close to the surface, and so you stomp on it or whatever. It's not that resilient to pets as well.
Yeah,
but you put
dogs
some
will tear it
zoysia
up.
down, and I've had it. Tell me about zoysia and why I like it so much.
Well, oh God, I got to climb inside your head. This is giving me a dangerous trip here. Zoysia, especially with the problem we've been having with ground pearls, which is just a terrible insect that's eating up the roots of all your centipede. Ground pearls are a real problem in this area, and you can grow zoysia, your best growing zoysia, from sod because the ground pearls will still eat it. It's just that it regenerates roots so quickly you don't see the damage, and that is a great benefit even if you don't have ground pearls. That regeneration of roots, that constant growing of the root system means above ground things are going to be growing continuously and vigorously, and so zoysia is just a very vigorous, fast-growing grass. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get established, but not as long as centipede. But once you start getting it going, I mean, it is a beautiful carpet grass.
It is,
but you also need to make sure and keep it cut short. Your zoysias and your hybrid Bermudas are designed to keep about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch tall. You don't need to let them get 2-3 inches. That's terrible because then you start developing fungus problems. You start developing problems with them. Yeah, thatch, build up. You cut it and it turns brown, and then it takes 3 days for it to green up. So zoysia is a great grass, and they've got so many different varieties of zoysia now. And part of that is because it's just become so popular, and they keep hybridizing it, trying to improve it to get the perfect kind of grass. Of course, we won't get there.
Whatever that is. I'm from Philadelphia, and I told you I didn't know anything about grass when I came down here. and I am not a plant guy at all. Kenny's a better plant guy. I'm the guy that, and I told Doris, I said, if you want plants, it's on you. You're on your own. Because I have like the terrible thumb when it comes to, I kill all plants. I don't know what it is. I don't talk plant.
Well,
I talk grass.
Is a plant. You just got to convert yourself over to, some more woody stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it, Gilbert. You ain't no dummy. You ain't no idiot.
No. Yeah, you are. We're glad to have you, too. Well, again, we do it the first of the month, May 1st. Sometimes we have to slip and slide you a little bit, the 30th or, the 2nd.
I'm
whatever.
flexible.
If the first falls on a weekend, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's always good to get some good information about what people should be doing the first of the month in terms of their gardens and their lawns. And you provide that information for us.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you who have already planted your vegetable gardens and went through all this cold weather and it's just kind of not looking as great as you want it to, I mean, I'd go ahead and start doing some fertilizing. You got to supplement your fertilizer. That's the food. So if you've got a vegetable garden that's looking kind of peaked, go ahead and get some fertilizer. That'll help green stuff up and get it growing.
I hate it for...
Go ahead. No, Kenny.
Can I bump in there?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of crap from Bill Seed. No, really, I got the black cow manure. You gave me the black cow, right?
The mature manure.
That's some of the best stuff. So thank you very much.
And it does not smell. It's been composted, so you don't have to worry about, if you're worried about the odor, there is no odor to composted cow manure.
Well, right now, if you get outside, everybody's centipede in this area down here in Sand Hills was brown.
Oh, yeah.
And that was just the case because it's a drought. All of a sudden, we get 2 days rain. Everybody's centipede is green.
Oh, yeah.
It is really resilient in terms of it coming. It doesn't take much.
It is
for it to come
incredible.
back.
The different, and I get people coming and saying, "Well, I've got an irrigation system." Well, that's great, and that helps. But there ain't nothing. God's got something special in that water that falls from the sky that makes a huge difference.
I don't know, Kenny. Have you noticed this too? I mean, you're absolutely right. There's something about the I guess the evaporation sends up in the sky and those clouds or whatever up there. Does something to the rain that when it comes down and you get your lawn from water from a rain, she really
makes a big difference.
Yeah. Now you have rain barrels. No, I was thinking about the county extension folks.
But I've got rain barrels too. I've got a couple. The county extension, they have them, but they're usually have a pretty long waiting list for them. But I've got a couple. I think I've got 2 different styles down at the store.
Okay.
And what kind of grass is it that you have, Gilbert?
I have centerweed.
No, I just wanted to mention the roses. He piqued my interest in roses. I love listening to the Bloomin' Idiot because I had to Google that. And the thorns are there for a reason. Climbing roses. They climb. That's the thorns. That's one of their things.
He's blooming. He's going.
Is that right? No. Okay.
Well, why are the thorns on there to stop people from picking?
Prickles.
That's right. You can stop people from getting them.
That's true.
Get your hands off my roses.
Keep rabbits and deers away and stuff.
That's right.
What it says.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
You never know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
no, the climbing roses are great, and there's so much color I've got down there right now. We got in 3 more plant trucks yesterday, and I always say it looks like Mother Nature threw up and all over our block.
Help me with this with perennials. What comes back and what doesn't come back?
Perennials come back year after year after year.
And that's what the roses
Your
are.
grass is considered a perennial grass. The roses are perennials. They will drop a lot of leaves in the winter, sometimes all the leaves. You've got a lot, and then you have your annuals, which you plant every year. Your vinca, which is a very popular flower, and your begonias, your geraniums, those are all annuals. They will survive all through the summer and all into the fall. When we start getting cold weather back in, they'll die out, and then you plant your pansies. And the pansies are an annual, but they grow through the wintertime. And so typically you have to switch out 2 times a year if you're doing annuals. So you've got your spring crop and your fall crop.
All right, everybody's going to get mad at me right now.
Load up.
I'm going to bring you up on the screen, too. I've seen these wonderful plastic plants that you can just buy and just stick in, and they stay beautiful all year.
You know, I would get mad at you, and I've had people call the store, I don't know how many times over the years, and say, do you carry artificial plants? And I always go, what are you talking about, artificial plants? We ain't doing none of that mess. But we started getting in last year, some artificial plants. We've got these boxwood balls, and it looks like just a perfect little ball. And we have mums that we had in the fall, and we've got some of these bead grass wreaths that you put on your door, several different types of wreaths, and they're artificial. We've even got, the regular artificial flowers you can stick into a styrofoam ball or whatever, and they look pretty darn good.
Well, you know, here's the thing. It's just even with my grass, and Kenny, I don't know about you with your plants and things like that. The plants, you grow them, potatoes, whatever, you pull them out, you eat them, boom, they're gone. But your hedges and your lawn and everything, when I make that first cut and everything is beautiful, don't you have anything over there called Stay, where you just sprinkle it on? And
there are plant growth regulators that you can put out, and it slows down the growth of your plant. So I've got like landscapers who have tons of wax myrtles they got to cut. You cut them down hard after a spring flush. You spray this on it. You might have to trim them one more time through the year. And they've got PGRs for grass too, although I don't. Golf courses, they use those. They need to use those because they've got to control, exact heights of grasses. But for a homeowner, I wouldn't suggest using that for grass. But you can do it on shrubs. But it ain't a cheap chemical either. I mean, it's rather expensive, but you got a landscape crew. If they can save 5 guys 8 times through the season of not having to trim, it saves them a lot of money.
Okay. Well, look, man, there's a lot of information here we share, and I don't see Doug Hewitt here.
Well, we can keep on talking.
Yeah, we will. We might.
Wait a minute. I got to mention May 8th. That's next Friday?
Right.
The Bloomin' Idiot's throwing out the first pitch at the Fayetteville Woodpeckers.
Are you really?
I am.
Well, the question
We're doing Bell Seed Store staff night. We're taking the staff out to the ball game.
Oh, that's fine.
Are you a lefty or righty?
I'm a righty.
Okay.
I'm just trying to practice my throws so I can make sure I can reach 60 feet.
What day are you going to be out there?
Friday, a week from this Friday.
Friday.
A week from today.
What time you doing
the
it?
8th. The game starts at 7:20,
All
I
right.
think.
Well, there's going to be video of this. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
You got to reach home plate.
Yeah, it's next Friday.
Make sure you stand up on the mound. Don't be inching up. Talking about, how old are you now?
I ain't playing on no amateur tee.
Yeah.
I'm going all the way to the rubber, baby.
There you go. Throwing it from the rubber.
There you go. That's the name of the game.
I don't know. I got a cough that's coming with me. I got 1 more hour to go. We're going to make it, though. You stick around here because apparently the schedule's getting blown up right here in front of my face. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast right now with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunson.
Hanging out with Rachel.
Today will be mostly cloudy with a few spotty showers and a high of 71. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with more showers arriving late and a low down of 53. Saturday will be cloudy and rainy with a high of 60, while Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 70. We expect more than a ½ inch of rain on Saturday before the sun returns on Sunday. Temperatures will also gradually climb back into the 80s with another round of rain by midweek. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Hi, Rachel. Thank you so much. 57 degrees across the board in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, and also in Pembroke. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster. Buying custom blinds shouldn't be complicated or stressful. That's why we make it simple and affordable. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Ordering takes minutes, installation is easy, and we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Always first in News Talk for North Carolina. News Talk 640 WFNZ. Now in high def at 103.5 HD2.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at radiodirect.com/privacy. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less and shipped directly to your door.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text NICE to 797979 to get started today with Zelfie. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text NICE to 797979 for a link to your exclusive offer. Text NICE to 797979. That's NICE to 797979.
These statements and products have not been evaluated or approved by the FDA for weight loss.
Enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 215215. That's HIM to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Paid for by Adaptive Health.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code CHASE for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CHASE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's CHASE.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC.
But I guess that's why they say every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy
sings a sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
All right. Every rose has its thorn.
There you go.
Good job, Jeff.
Believe it or not, it is there. I'm there for you, Kenny.
One thing
I can track your music.
You know, one thing that I'm. Wait a minute, I got your name as Rachel Dunsing.
I'll take that as a compliment.
That was not Rachel
Me
Dunsing
or
singing. No, that's you. This is Jeff Thomson here at Bell Seasore. Part of the problem is I'm 70, and the sprint is on this thing is just getting smaller and smaller. It seems like
you need
to me.
to get you a bigger pad there, Gilbert.
Well, I got the biggest pad I can have right in here to make us go through here. So my schedule has been blown up today. I mean, I've booked 20 people a week.
Blown up, sir.
There's people falling off the roster like flies.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, but in any event, we're going to replay the mayor in a little bit. We're going to keep talking with you because there's plenty to talk about plant stuff.
There's plenty.
You know, yeah, and then Lieutenant Locklear will be here at 8:35 from the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office.
All right, another thing that I was thinking about this morning,
You were thinking this morning? Okay.
That's right. Believe it or not, while I was having my first cup of coffee, and since your voice is struggling, I'll keep you from having to come up with another question. Trees. Trees and shrubs, people are planting a lot now because the spring season is on us, and it's a great time to plant around here as long as we don't get go from cool to hot. But that's the thing. We know we're going to get hot, and I beg people all the time, if you're planting a tree, you need to be watering that thing for 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm talking about every day, at least for the first 2 weeks, and then every other day for the next 4 weeks to get that plant established. Root growth is just essential. And so if you don't have root growth, your tree is going to die out on you in the intense heat once we get in the middle of summer. So if you want to do planting on shrubs and trees, great, go for it. I'm all for it. But you better water that puppy for a good while to get it established.
Well, I had one fall down on me. Yeah. Because I told you they put the landscaping, they put plastic. And so no water was getting down to the tree. I didn't know it.
Bad plan.
And then we had a big storm, and then all of a sudden I came home. My tree was the only one laying on its side.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and trees are very sensitive to that. And the bad part about it is you can go through my nursery and you'll see some spots that are burned because we had all that warm weather in February and early March. And so all this new growth started coming out, and that new growth just burned so easily. So then we got several nights of freeze, several nights of cold, windy nights, and it just burned all that foliage. Now, in that kind of an instance, as long as you keep the water going to them, they'll recover. Those dead leaves will drop off. New leaves will sprout back out once it gets warm again. But you can't. I got a lot of people coming in with pictures of burned plants. And I keep telling others, I can sell you something, but there's nothing but temperature and water going to help you out with that.
Well, that's probably the bottom line for the bottom line. That you got to cut it and water it. Cut it and water it and trim it. Make sure it's not overwhelming the root system. And I think, I'm not an expert, but I have
you stayed in the Holiday Inn?
No, I played one on TV.
Oh, there you go.
But
even better.
The thing about it is, everybody thinks that their grass is the top, and it's not. It's the roots. Yeah. You're the beauty of your grass. Excuse me, I'm just falling apart here. The beauty of your lawn is really how you treat the roots. You talk about these pearl worms, or what are they?
Ground pearls.
Yeah.
And ground pearls will get into centipede and it will just decimate it. It will be a little dead spot that gradually gets bigger and bigger, not a uniform round spot, but kind of irregularly shaped, and then it just eats through your centipede. They're just chewing on roots as fast as they can.
And, I didn't see that in mine until it was too late.
Yeah.
And so I'm walking all of a sudden now, I'm like in the Dust Bowl. Yeah. Where I had centipede, it's gone.
It could be. And the way you find out for sure is you go in that margin where you go from good grass to dead grass, and you dig down about 3 or 4 inches, and you just got to sift through the soil. And you're going to find what looks like a fertilizer pellet. Everybody kind of knows what those look like. They're a little bit larger than your average pellet, but when you squish them, they squish and they bleed. You literally have pinkish, reddish blood come out of them. And this time of year, they're going to be either a pink or an ivory white, because the young ones are pink when they're first born and they hatch and start doing their business. But it just looks like a little ball. You wouldn't think it's an insect, but it is a deadly, deadly insect in our area for grass.
All right, how do you get rid of them?
You move. That's the problem. There is no cure for ground pearls. NC State has been researching them hard. I've been saying if the governor's mansion got them, then they'd find a solution. But they've been doing all kinds of research. They found ways to kill them, but they're just extremely expensive ways. If you heat up the soil to like 3,000 degrees, it'll kill them out. But how are you going to do that over a whole lawn? And you're going to destroy anything else that's in there, beneficial microbes, beneficial insects. You're just going to render it all sterile in order to kill out the ground pearl. So there is no good treatment at this point. The only thing that will do you any good is adding more organic matter into your soil, which is your cow manure, your mushroom compost, any of that kind of stuff, because that introduces helpful organisms into your soil that will fight the ground pearls. They're not going to win the battle, but it will slow them down.
Well, so if you have a patch that has been destroyed by ground pearls, it doesn't make any sense to put sod over top of it.
No, well, it does if you want to have grass for another 6 or 8 months. But typically, within a year, they're going to eat that grass up too. And so you either turn it into a planting area for shrubs, because they typically don't bother shrubs. They like the tender grass roots. And so you could turn it into a planting area for, put your azalea bed out there, or put an annual bed out there. Or something
unfortunately
like that.
for me, it's right up at the front of the house where the lawn comes to the curb. I don't put some plants
I do sell
up there.
green spray paint. No. That was a joke. Do not go out and spray paint your yard.
This is not good information for me.
Oh, well, it's not. It's terrible information for a lot of people.
Well, how did I get them? How does anybody get them?
And I'm not going to put this off on PwC, but it's a situation that everybody's going to recognize. If you have a problem in your yard that PwC has got to come in and take care of, if there's one ground pearl on that loader where they start digging dirt, if they leave one behind, there they are. Well, and you can only clean and sanitize equipment so much, before it just becomes impossible to do.
Well, that surmises it for me because MetroNet came out and dug in and put the cable. I love the MetroNet that I have, but it is in their area where they put the line. That's where my lawn went down, and they apparently have a landscaping company that can come in.
That's what, come in behind them and fix it up.
Well, that's what they told me because when I went out there and I came outside and there was a big ditch out there. I mean, I didn't even know they were out there doing it.
Yeah. And y'all don't get me wrong. I'm not slamming PwC. I'm not saying that they've caused this problem. I'm just using them as an example because you see, I mean, they got to come in and dig on your property sometimes, And so
if you had some digging done, there's a potential for you to get these ground pearls.
Oh, yeah. And I've had people tell me that they've come in and they've scraped 4 inches of soil off the top of their yard and put all new soil in and replanted, and a year later they're dead. The grass is dead again because all it takes is one, and it will repopulate, and it will repopulate quickly. And so don't go out there. I mean, it will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars to remove 4 inches of topsoil out of your yard and replace it and plant grass. Don't do that because it's not going to work. The chances of success are absolutely minimal. So save yourself some money.
All right, Doug Hewitt, city manager, just texted me and said, Gilbert, check your schedule. I was there last week, and so I'm not supposed to be. And he's right. I'm the one screwed it up. So
I
he'll
can
be here
act like
next
the
week.
city manager and tell you what's going on.
Well, here's the thing. He just wrote this note here. Ask Jeff if it's too late to plant zoysia grass seeds, or do I need to fill in the spots with sod?
Well, sod
and
is
yes, hold it. There's more.
And there's more.
Yes, I have ground pearls. Picked zoysia as it was supposed to be more drought resistant. So,
well, it is more drought resistant, but it's also more ground pearl resistant because it regenerates roots faster than the ground pearls can eat it, which is not the case on centipede. They'll eat those up before new roots get established. But that's why if you have ground pearls, you really need to look at zoysia. Now, do you do sod or do you do seed? You're going to have more success if you do it from sod because you have an already established root system that is going to continuously grow and be vigorous. If you do it from seed, if you have just a few little bitty roots out there and the ground pearls get them, that seed's dead now.
Now, will the ground pearls go out throughout your whole lawn?
Oh, yeah.
Or they'll just stay where they are?
Oh, no. They'll just, as long as they go from living root to living root. So as soon as they clear out an area, that's one of the telltale signs of ground pearls is if you have absolutely nothing, no weeds, no grass, no nothing. They decimate every root that's in that area, and then they just keep moving out farther into your yard. So it's an irregular pattern, and now within about a month of them decimating that area, you're going to see weeds pop up because now there's no competition. A bird, poops in your yard, they have one weed seed in it, boom, you got a weed. And so those keep on multiplying.
This is a family show. It's a breakfast show.
I know.
But look, these are the facts of life.
That's right.
In terms of how this happens.
Birds spread a lot of weeds. They spread a lot of stuff, Well, it's unfortunate. So, yes,
I'm going home sad today. I mean, because
we'll find something to make you happier. You come down, you walk through the garden center, you look at all that beauty and all that color, and you will be in a much better mood right away.
Yeah,
ask Kenny. He was in a terrible mood when he showed up, and he left with a smile on his face.
I did. Even after spending all that money, I enjoyed it.
There you go.
Well,
it's nice when you can give up money and feel good about it.
My thing is,
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm normally pretty good about that. I mean, even my neighbors are looking. One guy came by, he said, "What happened to your lawn?" Well, and the interesting thing, and I didn't even think about this. It is right near the drop box that MetroNet put in order to be, I guess, a hub or something.
Service
to be,
point.
Service point, and all around that has died.
Yeah.
Should I charge him? Take him to court?
Well. If you got more money than sense, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, look, Jeff, it's always good to have you. The Blooming Idiot here. Filled in the spots. You done good.
Hey,
I messed
what do you
up.
know?
And so you'll be back June. Well, I'll look and see because if June 1st is on a Saturday, you'll be here by yourself.
No.
We'll figure it out.
I can handle that.
All right.
No, I could.
I think you could.
I got to have you and Kenny here.
All right.
I mean, y'all make me look good, so what can I say?
Well, appreciate the Hawaiian shirt. You're listening to News Talk 640.
I'll try and add some more color for you next time.
We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel
Today will be
Thomson.
mostly cloudy with a few spotty showers and a high of 71. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with more showers arriving late and a low down of 53. Saturday will be cloudy and rainy with a high of 60, while Sunday will be partly cloudy with a high of 70. We expect more than a half inch of rain on Saturday before the sun returns on Sunday. Temperatures will also gradually climb back into the 80s with another round of rain by midweek. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Okay, I'm falling apart here. Rachel, thank you. Right now, it's 58 degrees in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also in Godwin. You're listening to News Talk 640.
How about in Bun Level?
Bun Level, yes, 68 over there.
The Carolina Golf Card is on sale now. It's a Cinderella story. 5 of the area's best golf courses with golf.